Hi, it's day 18, part 2. I hit a button by accident. So what I was saying is when we're, the idea of drawing a line. So instead of being in that energy of like I'm drawing a line, like I'm resisting, I'm creating a boundary. Well, first of all, I was thinking of children. That children, they have very clear boundaries, meaning that they don't they have the very clear yes and no, if they're like healthy young children, and it's not like they're thinking in their head, oh, I need to make boundaries, and I have to think about it. They naturally have a clear yes and no because they're fully in their body. They are comfortable being themselves, and they won't hide it. If they want something, they say they want it, and if they don't, it's very clear that they don't. Um, so so going back to the idea of being a child and like using your imagination. So if it's time to if you come across that energy of like, I have to draw a line here, or there's a limitation, or I need to make a limitation, or I'm facing one, instead of staying in that place, to actually see it as an opportunity to become aligned, to become aligned. Because once you're aligned, then you can actually truly draw a line, meaning the next line, meaning like the line of creation, right? If everything comes from a point to a line, right? It's extended from that whole, from nothingness to something, from the feminine to the masculine, right? The circle and the line. Then what happens is those lines start to make up our prison. We make them into boxes. We forget that the line actually comes from this point, and we can always start from that point again, and create like new lines in a completely different direction. So yes, and that was also in the art piece, like just the power to draw and create. And we don't have to create from resistance to what is. We can just create something totally new. Because the truth is, we're infinite. So if I'm running across a boundary or the sense of a limit, it's an illusion. Yeah. So, there was something else. Oh, beauty. Okay. So beauty also came up today, and which again annoyed me because I'm like, this art piece isn't beautiful. I feel like shit, and then, of course, there's so much beauty. I mean, it's spring. There were flowers outside when I was driving, and I went to Indian dance class tonight, and I really didn't feel like being there. And I got there, and no one was there because it's Good Friday, so I was kind of like, cool, I'm out. And then, but then this other woman came late, and she had ordered a costume from India. We have a performance coming up, and it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. It was like layers of like aqua and green and this like turquoise and all this gold, and it was so beautiful. And I was really happy for her. And I didn't buy a costume. I was gonna rent one because I wasn't even sure if I wanted to be in the performance, and or if I'd be here. And so the teacher said she'd had a few I could choose from. So I'm looking through them, and they're not made for me. They're not custom for me the way that this other woman's was. So they don't fit as well, and they're older, and they're all different. And so I'm kind of putting them on, and I'm just like not really caring that much because I'm like, they don't fit well anyway. So, and nothing's gonna compare to like her outfit. But we have to kind of match because we're kind of working as partners in this performance. So I just could feel myself like being in this kind of like scarcity thing of like, well, mine's not gonna look as good, and I don't even feel good right now. Like, all these are all like wrinkled and old, and I didn't care. And I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I just shifted, and I was like, okay, um, they're all beautiful. It's a costume, for a dramatic performance. I'm wearing like a t-shirt and like yoga pants right now, right? It's so much more beautiful than that. Someone handmade these things. So I picked one that fit, somewhat well. And it wasn't what, okay, and I was also doing this thing where I was like, well, you guys pick, because like none of them looked that good to me. So you guys pick. Um, and my partner, she picked one, that color that's similar to her was like turquoise. And the one that I realized I actually liked better was this like dark green. And she was saying, oh, I actually prefer the other one, the turquoise, because it just seems brighter. And it was a brighter color, but it just, I don't know, I just didn't fit as well or whatever. And this green, and especially compared to her, because she was like all gold and like this bright blues, but this dark green, it was completely different. And once I just was able to see the beauty in it and stop trying to compare it really, and just be like, actually, I really like this. And the more I looked at it, the more I liked it. And then I had to do some of the dance moves to make sure that it fit. I have to like, because there's moves where you have to like spread your legs and arms really wide. And as I was doing it, I just saw the beauty of the material. And just like there's a reason why people wear uniforms, and there's a reason why there's traditional dress, because the outer reflects the inner as much as the inner reflects the outer. And there was just something like, I don't know, I felt honored, to be wearing this costume that's even not of my culture or anything, but that I have access to. And so, yeah, it was, oh, and then this, the Indian teacher was bringing down all of this like jewelry, and this woman was getting so into it with the partner. She was just like, she loves jewelry and like wears like really big chunky jewelry, and it's like, I guess I didn't feel like competing with her, because we were both picking from the same pool, and I was just like, you can pick whatever you want, and I'll just like have what's left over. But it was really cute to watch her. She was like really into adornment, and I am too sometimes. So I mean, obviously, right? So after I let her pick, and she did, of course she picked the ones that were like the brightest and kind of the prettiest. But then I started looking at like a totally different kind of adornment that was just around, and it just had a completely different feel. It was dark and had like more like pearls and stones rather than gold or like bright jewels. And I don't know, I just started to really feel happy about how many different kinds of beauty there are in the world. And right, I know at this moment I'm just like, can I see the beauty of all these different feelings, and if I really am here to be fully in my body and just to discover what life is in all its variety, then what need do I have to judge this feeling? And also realizing that these feelings, the reason sometimes why they don't completely move through or shift, even when I feel like I'm clear, like I'm not reacting to anything, is because it's collective stuff. I'm not always feeling personal things, and I think sometimes I forget that. I keep thinking there's something wrong with me that I'm feeling these things, and I'm like, no, there's really nothing wrong with me. Like in this moment, it's not always about my past or something I need to like work out or process. Sometimes it's just I'm feeling all the crazy shit that's happening in the world, and I should be feeling it. You know, we should all be feeling it. It doesn't make sense for any of us to really be, um, I don't know. I don't want to say not happy, because, you know, anytime we can feel the delight and integrate, negative emotions, that also helps the collective. But at the same time, being part of this world and not numbing out from it and being connected to it also means that, we're gonna feel it, and we're meant to. We're gonna feel it together. Um, Again, just like the beauty, inner and outer. Um, you know, if we're feeling good inside, it's gonna help the world, and the better the world gets, the better we'll feel. But until that day, like, um, to just, you know, not not feel bad about feeling bad. I mean, don't make it worse, right? So, thank you for listening.